Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SFwithAK. This is Aman Kumar and I'm a 20-time certified Salesforce developer. Today we are going to continue with the Spring 26 updates. This is part 2 of the video. You can see the part 1 and the link in the comments, and do watch the first part. It will have some important dates and some updates that you missed and that are very useful. So let's continue with the part 2. So today we are going to discuss some new updates about screen flow. Let's start with the first update. So now we can have component level styling overrides in screen flows. So as you can see in screen flow, we previously had styling component which was for whole screen, but now we can have different style for each component or the screens. So as you can see in this screenshot, there is a component of display text which has different styling. Then we have a text component which have just different styling, and this styling is valid for these components. So for as of now, this is only supported by checkbox group, currency, date time, display text, number, long text area, multi-select pick list, password, pick list, radio button, repeater, section, and text components only. Let's see this in action. Okay, let's open a demo flow. Let's say this is a flow. So this is screen flow that I created. So let's open the screen. As you can see, I have file preview component, I have a display text component, and in this component you can see here you only have this few styles. If you go to the text one, you will have more styles. And this varies based on different components. How many styles or how much styling we can do on each component, it will vary. But now we can do styling for each component separately, and we can match it with the theme of the company or the cloud or experience site. And it will also be helpful when we are showing a form and we want to highlight something on a different field. It will color coding. So I think it would be great. And for this, we had to use LWC components, and I have used that for some of the components that I built. So I think it will be pretty useful. Let's go back to the slides and see the next update. Okay. Okay. Now we have a new element called message in screen flow. So you see this similar to what we had in LWC, show toast component. So it's similar to that. We have a message component that we can display. We can display success or error message directly inside the flow without any LWC component. So let's see this. Okay, let's type message here, and you will see in display we have a message. So when I click on this, add this. Now it has some information like message type. This type of message is this. So based on the type, it will change the color. As you can see, success, it will be green. Warning, it will be yellowish. On error, it will be red. And info, it's gray. So based on the content or which type of message you want to display, you can definitely change the type. And for the content, you can either type in the message right here, or you can also search for a resource that you build. But in this right as of now, it only supports text messages, not the text template where you can put styling. Like if I see, let's create a new text template. And if I center this, and done, I can see it has accepted. But when I will debug this flow, let's write a name, save as a new version, and debug. Let's pass any account ID. And click on run. So you see, it pastes the styling of the component directly here. and it does not send this text. So right now it does not support that styling part, but I would say in future we might have that. But for as of now, it only supports plain text. So I think the component can be useful when you are working to display some success message or error message, or for this you had to use LWC before to show a toast. Now we can do that directly in a screen flow. Let's move to the next one. Okay, now we have Kanban view in screen flows. So this is a pretty good or big update that I can see in screen flows. Now we can display Kanban board inside the screen flow itself. So I will show it to you how we can show this. So this is a Kanban view. Delete this. So this is a Kanban component. If you search Kanban here, you will see Kanban board. In this Kanban, you can pass multiple things like source collection. It needs to be a collection of any records. You can configure the columns that you want to see. So I have, on the path, I have chosen a stage name. So I will be seeing stage. If I do the header style as simple, it will just simply put the stage name here. If I choose path, it will show me a path of the components. I can show the group columns. I can further divide these columns by different fields like lead source here. So I'm dividing these as lead source, advertisement, customer event, employee referral, and all those kind of things. So you can have multiple fields here. These are all pick list fields. Then we can have a summary field, like at the top, we can have a summary field. Now, if I go to the card component, so this is the card where I will see some fields. So I have name field here in the header, which is the header of this card. Then I can add up to 5 fields. Like I have an account ID, description. You can add up to 5 fields here, and these 5 fields will be displayed. Now you can have a footer as well. If I add a footer, I can add a field to the footer. So let's say I want to display the contact name in the footer. So you will see the contact name in the footer. Which contact is that? So I think it's pretty useful. Let me show you a live example of this where you can use this. Let's say we have an account and I want to see the account opportunities. So this is the account. Now before Kanban, we had a related list component. You can see the opportunities or any related list like this. You have no breakdown, just simple list view. But now with Kanban, you can have the different stages, group these by stages, how much amount is in each stage, and it will be easier for you to identify which opportunity you want to work with for this account. And this can be for any child component, records, not just opportunities. So I'm just using this as a test record, and you can see different stages, different lead sources, what's the total amount of that stage only. So that was not possible in the list. You'd have to calculate this somewhere. But now in this Kanban, you can directly see that. I think it will be pretty useful, and I think it's a great feature. Let's move to the next update. Okay, now we can preview files natively in ScreenFlow directly. You don't have to do some LWC to preview the files. So recently I was working on a component where I need to display the component, or so there was an invoice component that I needed to display, and from that invoice we are extracting some fields. So I needed to preview that file for the users so that they can verify the data. But for that I had to use LWC. But now I can do that directly inside Flow natively, and let me show you how. So if I go back to the Flow, I've added a file preview component. So if I type in file, you will see file preview component here. And in this, you just need to pass the content document ID. You can query the content document ID dynamically and pass that as a resource, or you can just hard code the ID if it's something sample or template that you want to display to the users. You can do that. So I'm just using a demo ID. It's a demo sample PDF from somewhere, so you can just see this. Let me just show it to you how it looks on the UI. So as you can see, this is the same flow, and you can see the PDF is being previewed without any LWC or anything. It's directly inside Salesforce within the flow. No further customization needed. I think that's pretty useful, and I would just need to update my invoice component that I was working on. So it will reduce my number of hours that I need to use for the preview. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now, compare of the versions is finally within the screen flow. So this was available for other type of flow like record trigger flow. We had the comparison, but now it's also available for screen flows. So let me show it to you. So if I click over here and click on compare version, let's choose version 1 and click on compare. Now, as you can see, we added the message component. So we added this, we added the screen. So we updated that. Now we can see the details that what we changed. So label API name of change component. So we added this component. So you see message, what was the name, what was the type that we passed, what was the message info or content that we passed for this particular component, what was the width, alignment, everything as you can see on this screen. Now it will be easier to find what was changed in this big screen flow. So recently, not a long ago, a few days back, I was working and I found that screen flow was not supported. So I had to research it and debug each component manually and test check the screens which was changed, what was changed in that. It was a big flow, so I had to spend some time. But now with this, I think it will be easier for us to debug any changes that we want to check, especially the minor changes that we see. It was available for quarter flows, but now we can have that for the screen flow as well. Let's move to the next one. Okay, we can now see the usage of an auto launch flow, where this flow is used. If you reference another one flow to another flow, you will be able to see the references and in which version you are using that. So let's go to any flow. Let's say in flows tab, I open a flow and there is a subtab called uses. And in this, you can definitely see where this flow is being used. So this flow is not being used. So let's open a different one, maybe this auto launch flow, and let's see. So as you can see, this auto launch flow is being used in this demo flow version 2. So now you can directly identify where are you referencing this auto launch flow, because sometimes you needed to find this action is being called from where. It can be multiple flows, it can be multiple places. So it will be easier for us to identify that now. I think it will be very useful, but that's a work in progress. So they are improving the things. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I think that's it for today. So today we discussed how we can do the component level styling on the screen flows. We have a new element called messages by which we can show some messages of different types, info, error, success. And then we have Kanban boards in screen flows, which will be able to display child records without any LWC component. Then we have preview files natively inside the screen flow. So you don't need LWC for that as well. Just pass the content document ID and you should be good. Now we can compare versions of screen flow, and also we can see the usage of a particular flow in the automation app. So I think we discussed these elements today. Let me know if you like the updates, which update is best for you, or which update did you like, or post that in comments, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.